Hello and welcome to Play Talk Repeat. I'm Oliver and I'm joined by Niall, Alex, and Lewis.
Hello.
Hello.
It's time for our video game book club episode. Once a month, one of us chooses a game for the group to play and review, and this month the game is Enslaved, Odyssey to the West, as chosen by Lewis. Lewis, why did you pick this game?
It was just a game that I'd seen a lot in my lifetime. It's one I remember playing when I was younger. Not the actual game itself, but playing a demo. I remember specifically playing the demo on PS3 and thinking it was really cool. And ever since then, whenever I randomly see it, I'm like, oh yeah, I should probably play that at some point. I've just never done it. So I just thought it'd be a good idea to do so, especially since everyone said the story was apparently quite good.
Cracking. I did have another question for you as well. I was going to ask you who do you think will like the game, but as you've already been on How Long to Beat and cheated, I can't really ask you that question. You already know who likes the game.
I do.
A little bit about the game. It was developed by Ninja Theory and published by Bandai Namco. It was released on October the 24th, 2013, and it is an action-adventure game. Who would like to start with our opening statements, please?
I'll start. So I thought this game was great. Honestly, like I had an absolute blast playing through it. I suffered no bugs at all, which is surprising given what everyone else has said in Discord. I didn't get on with the story. I skipped almost every cutscene because it just wasn't grabbing me at the beginning, and I didn't like the performance. Regards to gameplay, I thought it was surprisingly incredibly smooth. I don't usually get on with cover shooters. I found the shooting aspects of the game to be particularly really good. There was actually quite a lot of strategy to it, and it went into how the upgrades worked, which was nice. I thought the enemies were surprisingly diverse and actually affected how you tackle them. I thought, apart from every single game from this era having grime smeared all over it, like you're watching like a 2008 reality show where they smear Vaseline over everything. I thought it looked pretty good as well. The animations in particular I thought were incredible. Like the animations felt like they could have been very much like in a modern game, and they would probably have been praised for the animations. One thing which I thought was super unique is that there was a lot of destructible stuff. I mean, it was all relatively scripted destructible stuff. I don't think you would ever notice it, but pretty much everything you can hold on to when you climb will eventually be like crumble. But you climb so fast that you probably never notice it. But the one thing I did notice was that cover crumbles over time as enemies shoot at it, which I thought was quite good because it pairs really nicely with the decoy mechanic. Because whilst you're waiting for the decoy to come back, the cover's crumbling, so there's a bit of tension there, which is nice. There was the characters were fine from what I heard, but like mostly I skipped almost all the dialogue and cutscenes because I just wasn't something I was interested in. I was just interested in getting back into the fight. So what did I give it on How Long to Beat? Can I remember? I think it was 7 or 7.5. I think it was a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
I'll double check that.
If I don't like games in the future, I'm going to start skipping the gameplay and just watch
No,
the cutscenes.
I was going to say, for reviewing games in the future, you got to skip the fucking story. That's insane. That's like an insane thing to even admit that you did.
That is a bit wild now, to be fair.
In any game where I'm not getting on with the story, I'm not going to sit there. No, it's like in Final Fantasy games. Like the reason why I praised it is optional. The reason why I praised Rebirth over Remake is because they allowed you to skip combat. Combat is shit in those games, so it was great for me to just run past. Because in the first game, they had a bunch of like little ledges that you needed to press the action button at a specific point to get over, but the action button is disabled in Remake and Rebirth until you complete a combat sequence. But they purposely designed the levels so that you could just keep running past enemies, and so I'm going to do that. It doesn't mean that my opinion of the combat is any less valid. Because I didn't engage in more of it. I just decided after I think it was like chapter 4 or chapter 5, I just decided to not suffer through the cutscenes because they weren't great.
It's wild. I've got nothing.
I did watch a couple of them towards the end, and I accidentally skipped the final one because I just didn't mean to, and it seemed like it was a long one.
Any game I've ever played for the first time, I don't think I've ever skipped a cutscene like on purpose. If I do, it's a big deal. because
Even if the story's shit, it's half the game.
it's wild. Anyway, right.
no.
Well, yeah. One more thing that's really, really annoying is that I accidentally skipped. What was it? It was a cutscene in Red Dead because it's just A, and so you're spamming A to run, and then the cutscene appeared, and I just skipped it, and then like a character. It was one of like the 3 main characters you have to kill. Just was dead, and I don't know how they died.
What was this?
And I'd
was
been
it Red
working
Dead
for like
1?
10 hours to get to the. It was Red Dead 1. It was the second character that you had to kill. Oh no, I think it was the third one. It was what's he called? I can't remember. But yeah, anyway, so like yeah, I was just running towards him, cutscene happened, and he was dead. I'm like, oh, that's great. So I didn't want to skip that one. So there's that.
Yeah, well, back in the day, obviously, you had one button to skip cutscenes, and that's why, and a lot of people made the mistake of skipping cutscenes. But now I think in most modern games, it takes at least 2 buttons to do so. Like it will give you a prompt on the screen if you press anything. It's like hold A to skip and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, we'll move on. We'll move on from that. Alex, can we have yours, please?
Yeah. So this game reminded me a lot of Dragon Ball because obviously it's based off Sun Wukong. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it, and it made me think like what a Dragon Ball game could actually look like in that way.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy the game for the most part. I enjoyed the first half of the game more than the second half of the game. I feel like once you get to like the factory part of the game just feels very Moorish and very just a lot of the same, and I just didn't like that aspect of it.
Moorish doesn't mean
Moorish is the wrong word. Moorish is yeah, that's like how you describe Twiglets. Moorish.
It was just very much the same.
Yeah.
And I just didn't enjoy that aesthetic of it. I enjoyed being in the wilderness and like exploring that part of it, being on the cloud, like stuff like that. The combat was fun, but like as soon as like Pigsy showed up, I was just like, this game just isn't fun anymore, and I just wanted to get it done.
Just get the cutscenes.
No.
Oh.
I gave the game a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. I'll go next if that's okay with you, Lewis.
Yeah, it's fine.
So this game is a perfect example of why I love Video Game Book Club, because I saw this game in bargain bins over the years, over and over and over again, and not once did I even consider playing it because the box art is a bit naff. It's just one of those. It looks like a very much standard game of that era, and I was never ever gonna play it if it wasn't forced to do so. But I really enjoyed my time with it. I loved it. I describe it as it's like a pure comfort food. Like it's not very difficult. It just takes me back to a simpler time, back at the time of the Xbox 360 when games were games, you know.
Yeah.
It was the combat was a bit mid. It was again, it was just a kind of standard for like action adventures of that time. To be fair, it did come out after Arkham Asylum, so I might expect it to be a little bit better, especially like the melee combat. But it wasn't bad enough for me to not enjoy it at all. It's one thing that I really liked about it is that games from this time were very much all grey and green. Like they had a very limited color palette. Almost every game on the like the Xbox 360, but this had like massive pops of color and it looked really good. The models was so good to still stand up today. Like Niall was saying, the animation and stuff like that is it's fantastic. I liked the story, by the way. I watched all the cutscenes. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, I give it an 8 out of 10.
That's really good.
Yeah. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah. So for me, I enjoyed the game for the majority of it. I thought the story was really interesting. The combat itself was relatively mediocre, especially from Ninja Theory, which I thought was a bit weird. I was expecting a lot more. I was expecting it to be a lot tighter, especially since they went on to do DMC Devil May Cry, and Hellblade, and bloody what did they do before it? Bloody Heavenly Sword and stuff, which has much better combat. So I was expecting that to be a lot tighter and just a lot better, but it ended up not being, which I thought was a bit odd, but it was still fine. It was also just very basic. But the part about the game that like got worse for me, I think, was that the first 7-8 chapters or so, I think, are really interesting. I like the setting. I like the traveling aspect of it. And I like the companionship between Monkey and Trip. I think that's by far the best part of the game. But then suddenly they introduce Pigsy, this really sleazy and just annoying, like sexist, just kind of just gross character that does not fit the tone of the game whatsoever.
Sexism
Like one
in
of
my
the
Dragon Ball story.
like
Never.
one of the first things that happens when he appears, or not one of the first, but very early on, is he essentially is like, "Yo, I want to bang Trip so hard," and then it's like, I thought it was more like an uncle type relationship thing, but then he's immediately like, "I want to plow her," and it's like, "Oh, all right," and then he's like, "Monkey, do you want to?" And the monkey's like, "No, like,
No.
chill, mate." And then it's just really weird and he just does not fit the tone at all. It's weird. It's just odd. So the moment he appeared, my enjoyment of the game massively went down just because I was like, I don't want you like you're annoying. You're actively annoying me and just making this story that was like a really good. There was a really good relationship going on between Trip and Monkey, and that aspect of it was great. And then he sort of forced his way into it and just ruined their interactions because they didn't really interact after that anymore. It was just sort of done.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that. And I think it completely ruined the aspects of the story for me. And like Alex said, when you got to the factory, which was like the last like 4 levels, it was all very samey. Both just in tone as well as just what it was asking you to do. You just did the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. Whilst also having Pigsy in the background just being annoying. So for that reason, the game ended up being a 6. It was more towards an 8. But that last quarter of the game, I'd say, really dampened it for me. Didn't make it a bad game at all. Like a 6 is still above average. I still enjoyed my time with it, and there was a lot of really cool stuff with it. But that that back half, or not back half, but like that back quarter of the game was just very odd compared to the rest of it. It felt very rushed. The new character they introduced was just god awful.
Yeah.
And I also want to say as well, there were a lot of bugs. I know some people might say base the game without the bugs, base your experience on just how the game is without the bugs, but like it was the version I played, it was the port I played. It wasn't particularly buggy to the point where I did get a game-breaking bug. Luckily, someone from the Steam forums 15 years ago had a stupid fix that fixed it. I don't know why it did. To fix it, by the way, I had to alt-tab out of the game and then alt-tab back in. The issue that I was having is Pigsy was getting stuck and the scene wouldn't progress. It was during the factory where he put bombs on the wall and you had to blow them up.
Yeah.
And it just would not activate no matter what I did. But for some reason, alt-tabbing back in caused it to activate. Very odd. Happy that I fixed it, though. But yeah, that's why I gave it a 6 overall. Just, like I said, bit buggy. And back quarter of the game is just kind of insufferable, to be honest.
Cool. Yeah. So I'll just mention, we'll talk about the bugs. So I know, Niall, you said you didn't have any, did you, at all?
I don't think so. No. Yeah, I can't think of a single one that stopped me anyway.
I had one in the factory, and it was as similar as the same one as what Alex had. Whereas when you're moving the 2 trams, if you do the wrong thing first, then you cannot reverse it, and you have to restart the checkpoint all over again because you did the reverse.
Oh, really?
Just doesn't work at all. But other than that, I didn't have any. I know you guys had a lot more, and obviously had that game-breaking one that Lewis just said. Alex had people falling through the floor.
Yeah, I had Trip was falling through the floor, and I obviously needed it to progress to finish chapter 3, I think it was. But this happened, I think, 4 times throughout chapter 3, so I had to do the majority of chapter 3 4 times. Also, I didn't mention this one, but you know the windmill where you have to jump on it. I also had that same issue as in chapter 12, where it just wouldn't let me move it because I wanted to try and get the memory that was on the side. So I was trying to move the windmill, and it was just doing the same thing where it just wasn't letting me move the windmill because it just wasn't registering for some reason. Yeah. So that was really frustrating, like trying to figure that out. And then also I had the same issue with the cars, with like reversing it.
Interesting, but yeah, the thing is, it's 2013, so saying it's a product of its time is a bit weird in terms of like the sexism and the creepiness of the characters and all that kind of stuff. Pigsy's obviously the worst offender because he definitely saw Trip grow up, without a doubt. He was a friend of her dad's, and so he's definitely sort of grow up, and then wanting to bang her after that is fucking grim, like proper weird. But just the entire designer trip, to be honest with you, like I liked her as a character, but that design is grim. Like it was straight, like she's built like a fucking Barbie doll. For a start, it's weird, you know. What I mean, it's weird. Like I said, product of its time maybe, but I think it's a little bit late for that.
Well, me and Alex found a sexy robot trip in the extra settings after we finished the game.
Yeah.
What do you mean by sexy robot trip?
There's a skin where she's just naked, but then half of it, like basically her breasts are covered by like a metal plate, and it goes down to her leg. And me and Alex were like, "Damn, should have played the game like this."
It's so fucking weird.
But no, yeah, we found that really weird because we were just like, "Why is this in the game?" It was just that one skin for it. It shouldn't have any other skins. It's just that.
Yeah.
It just says "sexy robot trip" and that's it.
And Ninja Theory, a Japanese developer.
I want to say no, but they probably.
In my head, for some reason, have a UK developer.
No, surely not, because they made Hellblade. Surely Ninja Theory is not a Japanese developer with Hellblade.
No.
Yeah, UK.
The UK. Interesting.
Yep.
Interesting. It's just straight. Yeah, because obviously, like all these issues are completely gone by when Hellblade comes out, because like she's obviously a really good female character, a really really good female character.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just strange. So it's in terms of like the similarities, like Dragon Ball. Then, so I've not. Have you read the original book, Lewis?
I've not read Journey to the West. No, I have no idea what it's even about. I assume something kind of like Enslaved, probably. I would imagine.
Oh, the first arc of Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it's just like. I'm just wondering, like, how much of it is like leaning towards Dragon Ball and Enslaved.
I was saying to Alex, I assume because like Trip is basically Bulma, because they go on Goku and Bulma.
Yeah.
They go on a trip and then they find an old sleazy man, and that's what happened in this pretty much. Like Trip was the tech girl, which Bulma was.
Yeah.
Monkey was the little not little, but the fighter and the guy who guided her on the way. And then Trip was the weird old creepy guy who was just kind of like, sorry, not Trip, Pigsy was kind of the old creepy like guy who like helped them and taught them stuff, and it's just
it was less of a mentor in this, I think, than Master Roshi was.
Like character arcs, it feels very familiar, I guess, if you've seen Dragon Ball, but in terms of like the story, like it has nothing to do with what happened to Dragon Ball whatsoever, other than it's an adventure. And considering the original novel is like an old Chinese novel from like 500 years ago, I doubt it's about the tech uprising and bullshit like that. I don't know exactly. But in terms of character dynamics, it's obviously very similar to like something like Dragon Ball. Yeah, if you've seen that.
I hated the name Monkey, by the way. I hated it. Just the way the Trip said it all the time. It grated me every single time. It's always like a pet name for him.
Did you know like his origin story of he was in the trees as a kid as a monkey, so they called him Monkey.
Just called him Monkey, and
that's all it was.
Yeah,
they didn't really like go into depth of like why he looks like that or if he is kind of part monkey or anything. It was just like his parents left and he was in the trees a lot, so his friends called him Monkey, and that was it. Yeah. I don't know. I thought it does.
It does feel like a lot is missing from the story. Like I was saying this to Lewis last night when I was like helping him with the last bit. Cause obviously he was like, "Alex, I need proof that my game's broken." And I was like, between chapter 13 and 14, especially, it just feels like all of a sudden you're at the pyramids, and it's just like, all right, the game's gonna.
It is incredibly rushed at the end. Yeah, I still stand by what I said with that. It goes from like 0 to 100 in like a matter of like 4 seconds over one cutscene. It's really odd.
Yeah,
and like with Monkey's like origin and like stuff like that, it was just like shoehorned in like random places, and it's just like it just feels like the game was meant to probably be like a few extra chapters longer, because 14 chapters is a weird number.
Yeah, the ending was weird. The ending was a really strange.
The ending was very weird.
It almost felt a little Expedition 33-esque. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
But I suppose it's different because these were actual people that were forced into something rather than people that it never existed in the first place.
But it was also weird compared to it. Well, because the thing is, what Andy Serkis, and I'm going to say Andy Serkis, by the way, because this game is really weird to anyone listening. The villain / I want to say here, the guy who is the main antagonist of the story is just Andy Serkis, but not a video game version of him. just Andy Serkis. It's just him.
It's just him.
It's just straight up just him throughout the game. You collect these visions and you just see him on his trip to fucking like Egypt and his fucking trip to fucking like the Grand Canyon and shit. It's very bizarre. It's very jarring and very bizarre, very weird. I like it for that reason. It's really just odd and fucking weird. But his main goal when you get to the end of the game is that you think that the slaves are being captured for bad reasons. But the reason Andy Serkis is getting them is because he knows that they won't have a better life if he just leaves them to exist as they are. So he's essentially forcing them. Do you remember Rick and Morty, where Morty lives that life for 50 years? Or whatever, he has a family, whatever. It's basically he does that to all the slaves. Like they get to live a better life where they have a family and good memories, rather than living in like the current wasteland and the current world. And at the very end of the game, you unplug him and just rip him to shreds, and then everyone turns off.
The funniest things, he goes, "You have no schools."
Yeah, you have no schools. you have machines, and that's it. No, or you have robots. Something like that.
You have mechs. You have mechs.
Yeah, he just looks really sad because the entire time, you know, that meme of like Brendan Fraser crying.
Yeah,
that really old bit. He looks like that Andy Serkis the entire time while he's staring at you. Like he looks really upset that you're about to stop him, and he doesn't want you to do it. And the whole thing's just weird. But like I said, I like it though.
Yeah,
because it's just odd.
It's weird as well because Andy Serkis also plays Monkey.
He does.
So that's really strange, and it's also weird because all these people, because you see all these people like they're in the fucking Matrix, but they're all stood up. I just stood up for the entire life, and they're about maybe about a foot away from each other while doing hand movements like that. How the fuck they're not hitting each other?
No, they're just clawing at the air, aren't they? They're not like stood still. They're just like swiping. Yeah, the whole thing is really just fucking bizarre and kind of avant-garde, to be honest. But I like something like that. I did think the story was going to be a lot more like maybe Monkey wasn't real, and it was more like visions from Andy Serkis. Like he had been captured, or he was being mind controlled, or something. And he was like regaining his old memories, but it was more.
That's exactly what I thought.
Andy Serkis.
It's Andy Serkis, and I knew that Andy Serkis played Monkey.
Yeah,
and I was
exactly.
Very confused because I was like, right, is this like someone's like altered his DNA or something to make him look like a monkey? To make him look, I don't know, because obviously he looks like Andy Serkis in the flashbacks. So I was like, I don't know what's going on here.
But I thought that was really cool, if not weird. And the end of the game is definitely meant to be like a think piece, because the thing at the end of the game is, did Trip do the right thing by freeing the slaves, or should she have let them stay in the fantasy world? That's like the whole like dilemma, I guess, at the end of the story. And I guess as a viewer, you're meant to decide if you agree or not with what she did. But it all just happens very, very abruptly, and it doesn't really give you time to sit on it. It's just, I don't know, it's very odd.
Like Monkey has the mask on for like 4 seconds, and she's like, nah.
Yeah, Monkey was having a good time, to be fair. I'll give it to him.
Whoa, this is amazing.
Yeah, Monkey got to taste the Andy Serkis experience for about 7 seconds, and he was fucking loving it. But then Trip turned it off. She killed him.
Just stabbed it. Didn't even just want to rip it off. He just demolished.
No, she mangled. Yeah, she mangled him, bro. Yeah, he was trying to sit there typing away, and he would just get the shit beat out of him. But since we're talking about Andy Serkis, I do want to say, the voice acting performance and the dialogue in this game fucking superb.
Yeah.
Like really absolutely phenomenal. First of all, I want to say I forget how good of an actor Andy Serkis is, but like he's absolutely incredible. His voice, for starters, is unrecognizable from being him. The voice acting aspect of it is incredible, but I think whoever wrote the dialogue just in general for the game really knew how to write dialogue. Like, and I know that sounds silly, but a lot of games, the dialogue sounds very video gamey and very shit.
Yeah.
In a lot of times, the dialogue in this felt so natural that I was genuinely impressed a lot of the time. Especially from a game coming from like 2011, 2012, 2013, whenever it came out. I thought it was genuinely really, really impressive, and it just made me also just remember like how much of like a talent Andy Serkis is. Like he really carried this game. I'm not saying the game would have been worse if someone else voice acted him, but like he smashed the hell out of the role that he was given.
So I think it's 2010. I've got an some mixed results there.
Well, there was a enhanced edition or whatever.
Yeah, maybe this was maybe the enhanced.
Yeah, it was 2010.
edition.
Sorry, so at the beginning of the podcast when I said 2013, I made an error there. It
Because I know
it didn't release it for Windows until 2013.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Until that long?
It was
Damn.
3 years. Yeah.
Damn, it's still that buggy.
Well, to be fair, I did read up on it. Apparently, they outsourced it to a really cheap studio to get the PC port done. Because they didn't have a lot of money at the time to do a PC port, so they got someone else to do it.
Fair enough.
But yeah, the voice acting and just I want to say mocap. I don't know if it was mocap, but just the animations
Pretty
and the
sure it
voice
was.
act, the animations and the voice acting and stuff were just superb. I did really like the aspect of the game, especially for 2013.
Yeah, it was. It's funny they say that Andy Serkis was unrecognizable because I remember someone saying that Andy Serkis was in the game, and as soon as I saw the vision, I thought, oh, that must be where he is. I genuinely thought that the voice actor for Monkey was the same one who played Marcus Phoenix.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He has that vibe. He's got that gravelly voice.
Yeah.
So
No, he does. Now that I think about it, yeah, no, he really does, doesn't he?
Yeah. But yeah, right. We'll call it there. I think we'll move on to 20 questions in the interest of time for next week's. And next month's game is Alex's. Pray for us. Shall we start?
I think there's a chance.
Number one, I just want to get this out of the way first of all. This isn't a question, Alex. Are we going to get this?
I think so.
You
I think
so. Okay.
I think that maybe 2 out of 3 of you know this game.
I don't know.
It's not Niall.
I don't know. It's a toss between you two. I don't know who might know it or not.
Right, cool. Who would like to go first?
Go on, Lewis.
No.
Okay, thanks. Did it come out? Wait, no. I'll actually ask a good question first instead of just a shit one. Did this game? Okay, is this game in a series of games?
No.
Standalone.
So it's just a one and done.
Get the obvious one out of the way. Was this created by a Japanese developer?
Yes.
It's not this game, for sure.
Did you say yes to series of games?
No.
No.
I said no.
No.
No. So one and done, Japanese developer. Is it a platformer?
No.
Oh shit.
Oh, it's gonna be a visual novel.
Did this game release on the PS2, GameCube, Xbox generation of games?
No.
Oh, damn, probably later. So it's either last gen or the current gen. There's no way he did earlier.
Yeah, I'm trying to get into the old brain of Alex. Does this have turn-based combat?
Nope.
Cool, good.
Visual novel.
Love to see it. Can't be
So right, I'm big braining it here a little bit because I know Alex partakes in a bit of Wario 64 on Twitter. And I know very, very recently he talked about a game which I have known about for a while called Paranormal, which is a Japanese developer game which is a visual novel, and it's a one and done. So there's that game.
Right.
And it's very much in the vein of 999, which I think is what we're going down the road of here.
No, let's hope not. So let's big brain it then. Lewis, have you heard of that game before?
Paranormal now.
And I also have not heard of it.
Maybe he sees me as two people
Maybe.
and sees one of you as not a person.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Is it a visual novel?
It's not listed in the genres now.
Okay.
Don't like that answer. Don't like that answer at all. That feels like it's going to be a little bit of a visual novel to me.
No, if it was a visual novel, it would say. But I think that's what's more. I think that's what he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Like it could be. The game could turn into a visual novel 5 minutes in. He didn't know.
All right. Okay. Who's going? Is it? I think Lewis.
Lewis's.
Yeah.
Oh, is it me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say. Are the characters human? Like, are the main characters like human characters? Or the main character?
Maybe narrow it down to the main character.
Yeah, main character.
See, I don't know. That's the thing. I think.
Okay, from
No.
your visual interpretation of what you're potentially looking at right now,
I don't want to
it's a
get shouted
human.
at for this because
Oh yeah, I've got a bone to pick with Lewis.
technically, it is a human.
What have you got a bone to pick with?
Right, so two of my questions. I asked if there's shooting, you said no, and enslaved, and I asked if it's sci-fi, and you said no.
Yeah, because basically the definition of sci-fi, it isn't.
I mean, it is. Like, weren't you just spending 10 minutes talking about
And
fucking
also-
mind
He also
control?
didn't know.
Yeah, and
He
also I
hasn't
didn't
played
know.
the
And yeah,
game.
the shooting thing, I haven't played it.
Yeah, so I think the shooting
I would've
one,
got it.
The shooting one, I think we can let him get away with on that one. The sci-fi one's a bit more, you know what I mean? Because they're definitely
From the
giant
cover, it
robots.
looks sci-fi.
Yeah.
It looks like a sci-fi apocalypse, which is what it is. Anyway, I don't even know what Alex's answer was to that. What was it?
He said they're technically human.
I'm gonna say yes. It is a human.
Right, so visually they look like a human. That's fine. You don't need to know the genetics. If it looks like a human, that's fine. But it depends. If it looks nothing like a human, and
No.
you said it does.
Right, it is a human. It's a human.
Right. Okay. There we go. See,
I was saying Xbox One or newer. Was that?
yeah, it has to. He wouldn't have gone older than GameCube. There's no way he's picked as a Nintendo 64 game because I would kill myself, and so would everyone.
Oh,
So-
did you say GameCube generation? I thought you said 360.
No, I said GameCube, PS2, Xbox.
Oh, okay.
So
it
it's
could be
anything
360.
onwards.
Yeah, it's not a platform you play as a human. Is there combat in this game?
As far as I know, no.
It's now a game.
Interesting.
Alright, so no platformer, not visual novel, no turn-based combat or
Yeah, sorry,
combat.
I asked that twice. Yeah,
Just
well,
no combat at all. Yeah, full stop.
Yeah, no combat. So
A puzzle game.
puzzle could be horror like Outlast because no combat in that.
Walking
Yeah, I'm
sim could be a
trying-
walking
Yeah, that's
sim.
right. But yeah, wait. Racing game, puzzle game, walking sim.
Potentially.
Is there anything else?
I can't think of a
Uh,
single adventure
You
game
can have a platform without combat. Be a
It's
bit
not a
odd.
platformer.
Yeah,
It's not
Oh,
a
is it
platformer.
No.
Not a platformer.
Okay, so I'd say right now we're currently between racing, and whatever
Walking
the else
sim,
I said, walking
horror,
sim and
Puzzle.
puzzle. Yeah.
Right, can I ask a question then? I'll ask a question.
It's Lewis's go.
Yeah,
It's your go.
well,
It's
it's
Lewis's
your
go.
turn.
Yeah.
No, no.
Oh, wait, one second.
Whoever's
It's my
going,
turn.
whoever's going is, I would ask, did we just say the right genre?
Okay.
Wait, but whose turn? is it,
Okay.
though?
Oh, that is a good one. That's like a genie wish.
Yeah, that is one. Yeah, that's like bending the rules.
Out of those genres that we just listed off, were any of them correct?
Yes.
Right, okay. So
I feel like we just figured out the system.
Just start saying loads and loads of shit.
Discuss
Did I say
multiple
it?
things. Yeah, discuss multiple things and then say, did we say it?
So puzzle, horror, walking sim, and what was the last one?
Racing.
Racing. Yeah, what?
There we
Yeah,
go.
Jesus Christ.
So those were the four that we said.
And he said we said it.
Yes.
Right, okay.
I can't.
I feel like that's also a bad wish because now we're still stuck between. We haven't.
I will give
genre.
it. You got one of the two.
One of the two. Right, okay.
One of the two.
I can't-
So there's
right.
one that we didn't get.
I can't see it
Yeah.
being
There's a mystery one.
Are we going to waste 4 questions narrowing it down to
No,
which
no,
genre?
I
it
can't.
is?
Right, so I can't see it being a racing game. Right, I've never, apart from Mario Kart, I've not known Alex to like racing games or want to play them. Right.
Okay.
I mean, Crash Nitro.
I mean,
Kart
with it
as
being a
well,
human character as well, it narrows down all the,
Oh, yeah, that's
all the
true,
funny
yeah.
arcade races.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, and what else? So it's sort of puzzle. Would he pick a walking sim? Probably not.
A walking sim seems a bit stray, but he could. I don't think it's out the realm of possibility.
Horror as well. You know what I mean?
Horror's a difficult one just because I'm not saying horror games without combat don't exist, but I mean, finding a horror game, a niche horror game, well, not even niche, one that we kind of know that doesn't have any combat whatsoever,
Yeah.
seems a bit low. Like, I don't think that's the case. So I would go out of all the ones we said, it would more likely be a.
Yeah, I'd say even
What-
Outlast has combat in it. Even though
Yeah,
it's
has
very
yeah,
low.
you has yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
and I
I'd
feel
say it's
well,
a
no,
walking sim,
one thing which
probably.
is more concrete as well is I think any horror game which would not have combat would either be a walking sim or a puzzle as a second
Yeah.
genre, and he said we only got one.
That's true. Yeah.
So I don't think it can be horror. So it's either puzzle or walking sim. So we could ask, does this game make you think?
Walking sims.
Well, no, that's any game makes you think.
I'm trying to think of a walking sim that has a second genre.
Visual novel.
I mean, Life is Strange is a puzzle, but again,
well,
yeah,
that's not
we already
walking
said
sim.
puzzle.
Walking sim visual novel.
I wouldn't say that's a walking sim. A walking sim's a walking sim. You know what I mean? There isn't.
Oh. So I reckon it's a puzzle game then.
Yeah.
I think we should plant the flag there.
Was it me?
No.
Yes, it is. Yes, Guy asked the last question.
Did Lewis not
I thought
ask the...
no, now just went then.
I just went, yeah. So I'm on question 10, by the way.
You might have hijacked it, but he did definitely just go.
No, it was definitely my go, and now it's definitely your go.
I'm just going to ask, is it a puzzle game? Because we need to know.
It is a puzzle game. That's
Right.
one of his genres.
Okay.
That was pretty good detective work.
Yeah,
Though.
it was.
We got there in the end. That was good. Puzzle game. So
I wonder what its other genre is. Though.
yeah. Well, yeah. So if it's a puzzle game, I want to know whether it's like a first-person puzzle game, like a Talos Principle, or something like that. Obviously, it can't be Talos Principle because that's obviously not a human. But
Or like fucking like Puyo Tetris.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
It could be Portal. You know, it could go crazy.
I think of a puzzle game that has a discernible character that's like, this is the guy in the puzzle game.
Well, I mean, it wasn't really discernible. Judging by his.
No, I mean, yeah, it's like, yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Is the game in first person?
No.
No.
I don't... No.
Okay.
No.
No.
Cool.
Puzzle game.
So it's one of the trillions of not first-person puzzle games.
Well, I guess it also depends.
You play as a person. You play as a thing. You don't play the person in Tetris, do you? You know what I mean?
I mean, all I said. No, to be fair, you never said you play. I said, is the main character a human? Like Dr. Mario. You don't play Dr. Mario, do you? But he's the main character. He's the guy.
Dr. Robotnik's mean bean machine, maybe.
Oh no! Imagine.
Right. Okay. Does this game have a mobile port?
Yes.
Cool. Thought so.
He thought so.
Does that mean you're onto something?
It's got to be something.
Well, no, right? Modern. Yeah. So like, you can imagine this game now. You can imagine the type of game that we're dealing with.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, because in my head, and I might be wrong to think this, it's making me feel like it's something that came from like the DS or a handheld that then they ported over to a phone, because those sorts of games usually work like that. I like a console. Like a console-specific puzzle game that got ported to phones seems a bit unlikely, whereas a handheld feels like it would be more suited to a mobile game type of game. So I'm wondering if it is more of a DS type or a handheld type game, as opposed to a fully home console type game.
So something that originally came out on the DS. There was a lot of.
No, I would honestly, I would just bet it's a indie puzzle game which just suits mobile. Always like built with it in mind. Like for a prime candidate, but it's not because of the human question. Will be Is This Seat Taken, which came out recently. Like that's the type of game which I'm thinking about. Like very very minimalist. We could ask the art style, I suppose. No, it almost definitely will be minimalist or cartoon.
No, yeah, I can't imagine the art style would help us very much. It's like puzzle.
It is your go, by the way, Lewis. To ask the question.
When did actually, is that even a puzzle game? Is that even on phone? Is Fez on phone?
I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised.
Is the guy in that?
I'll help you, Lewis. Fez is a platformer.
Fez is a platformer.
Would it not be considered a puzzle
Monument
game?
Valley?
I don't know what that is.
Monument Valley is something.
Monument Valley is a puzzle game.
Oh,
it's definitely
wait.
on phones.
Yeah, do you reckon? Do you reckon Tunic is?
Tunic is definitely as
yeah,
combat.
Tunic. Yeah,
Not
that.
puzzle.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
right,
No,
okay.
no.
I haven't played it.
It's like a Souls-like kind of thing.
I thought it was more. No, yeah, I thought it was more like a Zelda, but I didn't know
It is
about
more.
combat.
You're just a little fox walking around with his little sword.
Oh, not a human either. There we go.
That's also.
Right. I know we're like running low on time here, and Lewis doesn't remember the clue I gave him the other day. Is I don't know if Lewis has played this game, so it's
he
kind
did
of
say
like
this.
a Lewis type of deal.
He did.
So you might want to steer in that direction.
You don't know if he has. So it might have.
I don't know if he's played it in the past.
Yeah, he said he doesn't know if I've played it or not. I forgot
Right, what type of puzzle games does Lewis like?
Anime ones.
No, what the fuck does that mean? It's the anime puzzle. What's an anime puzzle game?
Give us your top 3 puzzle games of all
puzzle
time.
games
that aren't cooperative.
My top 3 puzzle games. I don't fucking know.
Do you know any puzzle game you like ever?
I don't know. Bejeweled. I love Bejeweled. I used to go crazy on Bejeweled. What else? Dr. Karishima's Brain Training, that one with the pills. Do you know the yellow and red pill? That one was really good. Off the top of my head, puzzle games, that's sort of where it ends, really. I do like puzzle games, but I don't know any... There's none that are memorable enough where I'm like, yeah, I fucking love that. I like Tetris.
You like Tetris?
Is it Tetris 99?
No, it's not.
You don't play as a human. You don't play as a human.
Yeah.
I fucking hate Tetris. You know this.
He also hates Tetris.
I'm shit at it as well. You've witnessed me playing Tetris.
Right, so we think it's not Monument Valley then because he made a point to steer us away from that when we said it. Even though that's...
I'm just worried about time.
That fits.
He's just worried about time.
That fits.
We're 12 minutes still. Maybe you can just play
12
Blueprint. Do you play as a human in Blueprint?
I'll kill myself.
Yes, you do play as a human.
I'm not playing Blueprints. I'll tell you that for free. Lewis, I think you should just ask your question.
Yeah, Lewis.
Oh, did I? Okay. Right. Okay. My question's gonna be then. Oh, should I try and pinpoint the year? Do you think that'll help us?
It's got to be recent if it's on phone, I think.
Not really. Past like 12 years it could have been if it's on phone.
Wait a minute. What if the other genre is detective?
Oh, is it like a Patapon type? No, I don't human.
Detective. Yeah, with the other.
Because that will go hand in hand. Right, Lewis, what detective games have you played?
Ghost Trip, whatever the fuck it's called in DS, can't remember what it's called. But I don't think it is that. Well, and you do play as a human.
Yeah, could be something like.
And it did come out on Switch recently, but I don't know if it's on phone.
Yeah, it could be something like. I'm just trying to think. So it could be something like Unpacking is like a regular puzzle game. Return of the Obra Dinn is a puzzle detective game.
The issue of all the puzzle games that I'm thinking of, like my head keeps going to puzzle games, but more traditional puzzle games, as in like just then I was thinking of like Luminous, but that's not. There's no human, or that's just like a.
It's not on mobile as well, is it?
Luminous might be on mobile.
It's PlayStation exclusive, I thought.
I mean, I don't know. But my point that I'm making is that's all my head is going to is when I think puzzle games, I'm thinking a very traditional puzzle games. I can't wrap my head around a puzzle game where you play as a human and you do things. That's the part that's throwing me off really bad.
I mean, are we just dismissed Unpacking as a possibility?
I don't think so. I think those types of games could work, like a little to the left, as well, like those types of games.
He smiled. He smiled. I can see him smiling. He's smiling over there.
I'm just laughing because you're staring away from Lewis again. You're staring away from Lewis. You're going
Lewis isn't helping us. Lewis is saying that he doesn't know what puzzle games are, pretty much.
A fucking clue.
I've also played Unpacking. I played it when all of
I know he's already played it. I don't know if Lewis has played it.
I don't think we're gonna get this, fellas. If we were gonna get it, we would have got this.
No, I think he's I think he's gonna say
13.
I think he's gonna say it, and we're gonna know exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Limbo? Is that a puzzle game?
No, it's horror.
Platformer.
And it's got combat.
Does Limbo have combat?
Wait.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, I suppose it will.
Wait, no, it's Catherine.
He span his head down.
Fucking dare, Alex.
Catherine, because
Catherine's got platforming, right?
I have played it. Well, the whole game is based on the puzzle. The puzzles are platforming. You have to climb boxes, and it's a visual novel when it's not. Well, it's not a visual novel. It's like kind of
a visual novel. It definitely.
No, it's not. No, it's not a visual novel because it's cutscene. Well, no, because it's not a visual novel. It's cutscene constantly. I actually played it.
I'd say Catherine is a visual novel with a fucking mini game in it. That's what Catherine.
It's not a visual. Catherine is not a visual novel.
I've seen it being played.
I've literally played the game. It's not a visual novel. It's cutscene. That isn't a visual novel. It's just that's just the game. It's just the
Well, those
story.
cutscenes take up 90% of the fucking game. Then
They take a lot of it, yeah. But is that on phones though?
It's got platforming. Why are we?
no, Alex,
Oh,
is this anime? Is it anime based in any way?
I wouldn't
Just
say
ask-
anime, but
just
it's
ask-
very,
just-
it's
Well, it's not a
Right.
Japanese developer. It can't be Catherine.
No, it is a Japanese developer.
It is
Oh,
a
no, it
Japanese
is. Oh, it
developer.
is. Yeah.
developer. Yeah, it's not anime, but it's very animation style.
Well, it's not.
No, but
it's not Catherine,
cartoon.
'cause
Wait,
Catherine-
whose
Okay.
turn is it? Whose turn
It
is
was
it? Whose turn is
yours.
it?
Oliver hijacks your turn, so you can have it again.
Okay, is one of the developers, if not the only developer, but I think it's multiple, is it? Is one of the developers Atlas?
No.
It's not Catherine then, it can't be. Interesting. I thought I was onto it then.
I will
was
say
excited.
all three of you know this developer.
I was close to shooting myself then, like fully.
I was really
That's
excited
not
then because I thought I figured it out because the
Yeah.
guy is just humans. Actually, now that I think about it, he wouldn't be confused because
On how long to beat is this game? 4 hours or shorter?
No.
Okay, that's interesting. That's
a
got a
long
mobile
ass
port.
puzzle game.
Yeah.
But the thing that's not good is that we don't know what that other genre is.
Like, well, Niall said
No.
detective earlier, but then
Yeah.
Alex kept steering us away from it, like over and over again.
Puzzle.
I didn't stay away from that. Niall kept saying nonsense games, and he was like a little to the left. Like, no.
We need to ask
It-
some.
It,
Right,
it won't be like Danganronpa or anything like that. That's visual novel.
it can't be. It's too. It's also just way too long. You wouldn't pick it for a.
Yeah, so we could go back to Monument Valley. We could, Return of the Obra Dinn.
We need to ask something that's incredibly defining for. Well, we need something that's going to give us an actual clue of what it is. So, if anyone could think of anything that would actually give you some sort of information about what it is we're guessing, then that's the question you should ask.
Could
But
ask
don't
for a
ask it.
detective
Don't
game.
ask it if you don't think it's actually going to give us anything. Like if he tells you it's a detective game, Niall, for example. Are you gonna actually have ideas for what it could be, or is that just gonna do
Yes.
nothing for us? Are
I've
you
got,
sure?
I've got many puzzle detective games in my head.
Well, you've got
I will
six.
say
Okay,
someone
how
had
many-
a question before
how
that
many-
they never said, and it would have helped massively.
How many puzzle detective games do you know that are also on phone?
I know of one so far,
Right. Okay.
but I might think of more.
Right. Okay. Is it your turn?
No, it's you.
No, it's you.
Me.
Right,
Right.
feel about
Alex.
asking the right questions.
Yeah. Right. Alex.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, he's leaned in now.
I know. I am. I've got my head fucking. I'm hunched over my fucking desk.
I love it
wait,
because you ask me the same questions every single time, but I've proper like stages.
what question are we on? By the way.
16 or something.
Yeah, 16.
Right. I'm gonna say.
Got it.
Would you say that this game, Alex,
Yeah.
is a popular game? Is this a popular game? Would you personally say this is a popular game?
No, I say this is very niche.
Very niche.
Maybe not very niche.
Niche.
Take the very away.
So it's not like your traditional.
Right. There's only 4 minutes left. I'm gonna give you the developer.
Okay.
Go
Oh
on.
my god.
The developer is Capcom.
Capcom puzzle game.
Capcom puzzle game
Capcom.
on
And they published it.
that's on phone.
It was ported to phone.
Fucking Street Fighter Turbo Bubble Pop, whatever the fuck it's called. Like gacha games in that.
No,
No.
no.
What's that game with the
Capcom.
little dragon from Bubble Bobble?
Bubble bubble.
He plays a human.
Fuck. A
think it's a
Capcom puzzle
detective
game where you
game,
play
if
as a human. You're chatting shit. You're just lying about a video game that just doesn't exist. A Capcom puzzle game that's on phones, you play as a human.
Yeah.
It's not that game before that I said that the Ghost Trick game that I said that was on DS. Is that Capcom? Because if it is, that's gonna piss me off. Because I said this like 10 questions in, and no one said anything, and we just carried on like nothing.
No idea what Ghost Trick is.
Is it Ghost? Is it Ghost Trick, Alex?
It's Ghost Trick.
Ghost Trick?
Why did everyone
Explain,
Ghost Trick
please.
Phantom Detective? It's a
Lewis,
game from the DS that they put.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know, but
you
no
said,
one. Yeah, I know.
Is it a game on the DS and everyone ignored you?
Yeah, no one gave a
you-
shit.
and why do you think I said, Lewis, answer your question?
And
You
Niall
forgot.
specifically said, "No, I think
It won't be.
I think it'll be a proper console game." Actually,
Right,
me
so,
thinking.
right, let's go back. So what you said it was on a certain generation of console. It wasn't on a certain generation of console. What was that?
It was on the Nintendo DS.
Right.
Wait, no, isn't that the
No,
PS2?
but he asked whether it was on the Xbox 3. No, the GameCube one. He said no, and it's not.
I
Right.
thought the DS was after that because it came out in
The
2010.
DS was before the Wii.
Yeah, what? I'm confused. What are you talking about? How is
The
that
DS,
not
the
that
DS came out
generation?
in 2000. What the fuck is going on?
Well, you didn't ask if it was on the DS.
I guess so, but we asked it was a
I thought
generation.
the Game Boy Advance. I thought the Game Boy Advance was part of the PS2 generation.
It is a very highly
This-
regarded game.
This was the most
Yeah.
frustrating fucking 20.
Yeah, I know that. Well, that's the niche thing threw me off as well. Because it's not niche. It got remade a couple of years ago.
Yeah, but no, these two probably don't know about
The
it.
the majority of people, almost the majority of people, gave it 100% on How to Beat, but the majority of people did give it 90%. But it is 12 hours long, which makes me very sad.
No, it's not 12 hours long. It's like 8.
Right.
Oh, it makes me less sad. You need to alter the lives of over 30 characters. All of us gonna hate this game.
Yeah, I know. For
Also, just for future reference, because I want to clarify here, because I feel cheated. The 7th generation of consoles is. Sorry, no, I don't feel cheated. Sorry, what I said to say is I would have felt cheated because the 7th generation of consoles, what encapsulates those consoles is the 360, the Wii, and the PS3, but not the DS. I don't think.
I
Right.
thought the DS was part of that generation. I thought
Fellas,
Game Boy Advance was with PS2.
We've got to finish here, but I will say that I was right about it being a detective and about it being a 999 game, which is pretty much what it is.
Yeah, but I was
from what
also
I've
right
read.
about just naming the game like 9
No,
questions
no,
in, and
you
no
did.
one said anything.
No,
Everyone
but it
just
does the
ignored me, and then
vibe, bro. It does a
you steered me
mystery.
away. You steered me away. You said, "Nah, it's a home console game. This one, boys."
What I
It's a
thought
DS
it was
game."
to the big
Right,
war
right,
on
right,
it.
right. We're gonna end there. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Goodbye.
Bye.